Module 5 application presentation for ET 5043 Technology, Curriculum, and Planning for the American College of Education, Dr. Don Macon. This presentation is created by Samuel Montgomery, December 13th, 2018. You are about to see a well-designed technology-integrated curriculum unit plan to improve student achievement. It will state the specific grade level, content, knowledge, and skills. It will also discuss learning outcomes that will help guide the plan. It will show how students will demonstrate how they will meet the standards, concepts, and skills needed to learn in order to successfully complete a culminating performance. This plan's title is Sustainability in On-Base Housing on CFAS-Sasebo. It is designed for grade 2, and the main focus area is science. The goal is to try to make life better for all individuals living on military housing here in CFAS-Sasebo. The standards associated with this curriculum unit are structure and properties of matter, plan and conduct an investigation to describe and classify different kinds of materials by their observable properties, make observations to construct an evidence-based account of how an object made of a small set of pieces can be disassembled and made into a new object, interdependent relationships in ecosystems, plan and conduct an investigation to determine if plants need sunlight and water to grow, make observations of plants and animals to compare the diversity of life in different habitats. Students would demonstrate that they have met these standards by participating in a variety of assessments. These assessments will consist of diagnostic, formative, and summative assessments. Through summative assessments, students will participate in assessments provided at the end of their science investigation or observations. These questions will probe students for awareness of concepts specifically taught during those unique lessons. Formative assessments will be administered by frequent observations to determine if students are grasping onto the concepts being introduced and reviewed during that specific time of instruction. Diagnostic assessments will be administered prior to each scientific investigation to determine students' levels of prior knowledge. There are two issues that are plaguing our community: recycling and also horrible produce, which is flown in from America. Americans do not practice recycling as much as our host nation counterparts, the Japanese. By confronting this issue heads-on, I am hoping to provide our community with an opportunity to make things right. My goal is to use a mixture of problem and project-based learning to heighten our community's awareness of this issue of waste management in order to provide meaningful ways of sustainability in our small American residential housing community. The second issue pertains to poor quality produce that is provided to us by our local commissary. Being that our location is the furthest south of all U.S. military installations in Japan, we receive the last shipment of supplies. Produce, when it arrives at us, is usually in a horrible state. This forces a lot of Americans to shop off base. In turn, this takes away from the funds associated with programs that are supported by the profits made from the purchases of commissary items. Some of these programs include Morale, Welfare, and Recreation, MWR, Youth Sports, School-Age Care, SAC, etc. My last goal is for students to create a community garden that uses recycled waste collected from residents. I will teach the skills concepts using a variety of teaching methods intertwined seamlessly into one. These approaches will consist of problem and project-based learning. flipped classroom, and game-based learning. The aforementioned two-part assignment will be broken down into 6 segments. The first and second segment will consist of students working in teams of 3 to conduct interviews with residents and Japanese waste management workers who reside and work on Hario. Students will use old donated iPhones to record video and audio and type notes of the participants' responses to questions. Students will use Filmite Pro and iMovie to film, edit, and post onto YouTube. In segment 3, students will research, design, and build a community compost bin with the help of volunteers in our local community and our school's sister squadron, the Command USS Wasp. Students will build a compost bin large enough to service the entire community. Students will first research what a compost bin is, what it consists of, the materials or designs that can be used to make it, and what it is used for. Students will then work in teams to draw out meaningful designs that will allow for long-term usage. Students will proceed by selecting or voting for the final design and deciding what materials will be needed in order to complete the design. Students will finalize a blueprint, calculate how much it would be to purchase all of the supplies needed, and then decide what route to take in order to acquire funds, which will be like asking the PTO, participating in a fundraiser, asking their parents, etc. In segment 4, students will design and create surveys for residents using SurveyMonkey. For the 5th and 6th segments, students will design, create, and plant a community garden that will use recycled compost. Students will work in large and small groups to design a sectional community garden with the intent to build a sustainable neighborhood. The supporting roles for this specific curriculum unit plan are mainly the educational technologists, the PTO, and strategic partnerships with base commands such as the USS Wasp. The educational technologists will be used to help us implement Web 2.0 tools, as well as help us with our digital devices. We plan on asking parents, asking community volunteers to donate old iPhones, old smartphones that can still be used to record video, record audio, and also that can be used to take notes. Being able to access Wi-Fi, students will be able to record. Students will be able to share their responses and whatever they recorded to the overall project. The educational technologists will help enhance the project by implementing a variety of digital tools that will be associated with learning. In regards to digital equity, we will resolve differing levels of access to technology resources by using donated supplies. Here on base, we have a high percentage of students that are able to access technology as well as access the internet. We do not have too many issues with digital equity. I want to leave with the 4 C's. This is a quote by L. Gonzalez, who wrote an article called The Project-Based Learning Movement, Measuring the Progress of an Engaging Instructional Program. And basically, he stated about the 4 C's. He says, PBL aims to equip students with the 4 C's: critical thinking, communication, collaboration, and creativity. I strongly feel that this curriculum unit really touches on all 4 of those C's. Critical thinking is thinking about your thinking while you're thinking to make your thinking better. Communication is being able to express your ideas, needs, and wants in a meaningful and expressive way. And being able to collaborate with others, formulating ideas, brainstorming, debating, and also using creativity skills to solve problems. I really do feel that this curriculum unit touches on all 4 of those C's. In conclusion, you saw a well-designed technology integrated curriculum unit plan that is designed to improve student achievement. It stated the specific grade level and content knowledge and skills. It discussed learning outcomes that was planned to guide instruction. It showed how students will demonstrate how they will meet the standards, concepts, and skills needed to learn in order to successfully complete a culminating performance.